And so, the Axis powers successfully ensnare the Man of Steel in another brilliant frame job for tax evasion. Will he escape Fritz's clutches and clear his name in the eyes of the IRS? Tune in next week for Superman's full arraignment. But now, it's officially 7 a.m. Mountain Time, 8 Central, 9 East, 5 on the West Coast, and 11 p.m. in the major Pacific territories. Children nationwide gather around their familial radio devices, begging their authority figures to crank the volume for America's favorite human super orphan supreme, Lil Miss Kate, Ward of the State. Today's program is most graciously presented by the honorable company men down at Victory Pulp. Did you know every year Big Sheet Music Publishing discards over 5 metric tons of liquefied pine pulp? This tragic waste of allied resources can be rectified by you with a monthly visit from the Pulp Man. We last left Lil Miss Kate with her personal guardian, New York Deputy Mayor Solomon Russell, her personal tutor, former heavyweight champion of the world, Lucinda Sheraton, and her personal horse, Fiorello, ready to hit the bricks and roll on through to Niagara Falls, where Kate will finally meet her long-lost parents. Our team collapses into Lil Miss Kate's Ford Model B automobile when...
Her frog is stuck in the car door!
Children, it brings me great pain to say that this could be the end of our plucky, single-minded heroine. With a tear in my eye, I prepare to say goodbye for the final time to Lil Miss Kate, Ward of...
I opened the door!
Hooray! Lucky we keep this thing unlocked at all times.
Get in! Everybody secure your goggles and tie a scarf around your head.
This is it, Fiorello. It's time to hit the bricks and roll on through to Niagara Falls. Wow, sounds like a real engine being revved. Because it is. Look out, long-lost parents. Next stop, the Metro North Railway Station.
Huzzah!
Hey, Dads! We've crashed right into Gus and Sons and Daughters jointly owned Salmon Smokehouse.
Morning, folks. No need to be alarmed. Deputy Mayor here. Everything's under control. Happy Shabbos!
Deputy Mayor Solomon Russell, you know the Lower East Side was declared an independent fiefdom after the pickle strikes of 1935. Your title has no power here.
Great mouses of Houston Street. How could this day get any worse?
This reminds me of when I was trapped on Michigan's Great Middle Peninsula with only a bucket of ice, a puck, and my crack team of college hockey players. I didn't give up then, and we're not giving up now. Quick, Catherine, hand me that dumpster. We could use it to...
One of New York's famous taxi cabs. We're saved.
Now, Kate, your Uncle Russell isn't sure getting in the back of some stranger's car is such a good idea.
Come on, Deputy Mayor Solomon Russell. New York City taxi drivers are the white blood cells that keep this city moving.
Oh, I can't stay fuming with rage at you, my little woman, even if you only call me by my official title as given to me by the voters of this fair city. Once those adoption papers come through...
The meter's already up to $11! The 125th Street Metro North Station, and step on it.
So what brings you to NYC, the greatest city in the world?
Well, I've just returned from my expedition to Missouri City, Kansas, where I found the lost hat of William Henry Harrison. But I had to return for my bi-monthly, meaning every 2 months, tutoring session with little Miss Catherine, Ward of the Stutterin.
Let me tell you, kid, you don't need any of that fancy book gabagool. Everything you need to learn, you can learn in the streets of New York, the greatest city in the world. Think about this one, why don't you? What's the name of a champion baseball team?
I know this one. The Yankees.
The Yankees!
The Knickerbockers?
The Knickerbockers. As in Diedrich Knickerbocker? The character from Washington Irving's novel A History of New York, from the beginning of the world to the end of the Dutch dynasty, 1908? Or do you mean the baggy-knee trousers from which the title character gets his name?
Both.
I suppose it doesn't matter since that answer was wrong on several fundamental levels. You big palooka, you really a New Yorker?
Of course I am. I'm just so dedicated to this city that I spend all day at City Hall and never step foot off Manhattan.
All right, get out of my cab here in beautiful Times Square where the streets are so clean you can eat a pretzel out of a trash can and walk into a beautiful singing show where performers sing.
I'm 12 years old. I know what those air quotes mean.
I ain't taking you bridge and tunnel folk one block further and the fare is $45.
Fine. Fiorello, pay the man. Thanks a lot, Deputy Mayor Solomon Russell.
Look out! Oh, my God!
That cabbie drop-kicked the bucket!
And the jackpot. Lucky Duck will get buried uptown.
In the greatest city within the greatest country on earth, it's important that grieving families follow proper burial zoning.
No matter how fun it might seem to smuggle a loved one's last earthly remains onto the Big Apple's magnificent subway... Wait! That's it!
Kate, I adore being your guardian, but does every adventure we take have to end with us cleaning up a dead body?
No, not the cabbie's rapidly decaying body. The Big Apple's magnificent subway.
With the drop of a 10-cent token, the merry crew of jubilant Jontarians board the Grey Lady herself. No, not that rag, the New York Times. It's the Big Apple's magnificent elevated subway. The iron track makes serpentine twists and turns miles above the clouds. Commuter residents and depressingly necessary tourists rocket through penthouse living rooms and deep under ice cream shop basements dripping dark stout onto the tracks.
Hello, Big Apple subway. Goodbye, Big Apple City. Next stop,
The Metro North Railway Station.
and then
Niagara Falls.
Ladies and gentlemen of the biggest, brightest, Apple's fantabulous elevated subway, we are experiencing steampunk-adjacent delays. Thank you very much for your patience as we sort out what critics might call an impractical use of whimsical pumps and piping. An Art Deco man with jacked arms and an oversized wrench is on his way right now.
Oh no! The train's completely stopped! This is just like that time on President Roosevelt's submarine when we had to feed his clone to the help people of the engine room.
Everyone, split up. We'll regroup in 10 minutes on the spire of the Chrysler Building.
Everyone, please. The subway is running just fine. I designed it this way.
You, Deputy Mayor Solomon Russell, my personal guardian, designed the Big Apple subway?
I did some work on the side for the privately owned Interborough Transit Company, which, as we all know, is different from the independent subway system. That's right, I designed this very train and its systemic delays and malfunctions. Just remember, Kate, if the subway system seems broken, someone in a position just like mine probably designed it to be broken, and it's working exactly as intended.
Gee, thanks, Deputy Mayor Solomon Russell. I'll sleep well knowing that.
And that's Unky Russell to you.
Performance! Ladies and gentlemen, it's Charleston o'clock.
Let's just get off here at 2nd Avenue. That's the second scene you've screwed up, Deputy Mayor Solomon Russell. If it happens a third time, I don't know what I'll do.
2nd Avenue, the center of town. Now here's a city that never sleeps. Young citizens set up shop in apartments they'll never leave for the rest of their lives, and our Fantastic Four are right in the thick of it. When against the pavement, Kate should hear...
A horse-drawn carriage!
Excuse me, carriageman. We'd like to charter your vehicle for... Someone's cleaved the carriageman clockwise.
Great form!
Right, that's gonna be my handiwork, isn't it?
Bill the Butcher,
head of the Bowery Boys.
Historical... Excuse me. Historical figure and proud member of the public domain. Now, what's a deputy mayor, his little ward, former heavyweight champion of the world, and a horse doing in my territory?
We're trying to get to the Metro North Railway.
Oh, at Grand Central Station?
Blah!
No, the 125th Street Harlem station.
You don't say. I'm headed that way now. Need a ride, friends?
Boy,
do we! Hooray for Bill the Butcher!
You're in luck. I've recently come into a horse-drawn carriage. Please, climb aboard.
58th Street, 59th Street, even 60th Street. The carriage whisks our heroes uptown, maybe even faster than the Victory Pulp Man. And that's saying something. Soon, the beautiful Harlem 125th Street station is in view.
And the train to Niagara Falls is at the station.
Just what I was gonna say.
Wow, Bill, that sure was an interesting story about the organized gangs of New York City. Did the Navy really fire cannons into the city during the draft riots?
No.
Aww.
Well, Bill, it's been a great 10 minutes catching up with you. But we have to get on that train.
Thanks for tapping your eye, buddy.
Not so fast. Remember me, Bill?
Egads! You're Amsterdam Vallon, leader of the Dead Rabbits gang, and loosely based on the historical figure John Morrissey.
Oh, I don't lead no gang. I lead me an army. Thanks for giving me the heads up, Deputy Mayor Solomon Russell.
That's Unky Russell to you, my best friend!
Wait, what exactly is he insinuating with the phrase, giving me the heads up?
Kate, these boys are my eyes and ears. They know where I am at all times because I am massively indebted to them. Because they took out my biggest political rival. They're my biggest supporters. And by supporters, I mean thugs.
Here we go again.
He's flipped into the melee! One Bowery boy against 500 dead rabbits!
I love this town. You're done, Bill. No, you're done, Amsterdam. Nah, I said you was done. No, you are.
The train! It's leaving! The station! For Niagara Falls! Thanks a lot, Solomon Russell. Now I'll never find my parents. You're a sorry excuse for a guardian. I'm probably better off living with Bill the Butcher than with you.
Reeling from the hurtful words of a 12-year-old girl, Solomon Russell hangs his head in shame, staring straight at the floor of the train platform, when his eyes, full of unmanly tears, find a severed gangster hand, holding none other than...
A classic New York-style grappling hook. Quick, everyone, grab on!
He caught the train in one shot. You really are a real New Yorker.
Not born and not raised. Now hold on!
We made it!
I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Deputy Mayor Solomon Russell. You are a pretty swell guardian after all.
Kate, you're the sun in the sky to me. Together, we'll defeat anyone who gets in our way. Now, what do you say we grab a drink at the bar? I've got the shakes.
Sounds good, Unky Russell.
What was that?
Nothing.
Another heartwarming ending to a heart-pounding adventure. Like the ponies down at the track, our team is off to the races. It's time to hit the bricks and roll on through to Niagara Falls. And we'll be right there with you every step of the way, little Miss Kate, ward of the state. Coming up next, the President of the United States gives one of his famous furnace conversations. But first, 3 hours of farm information.
The corn grows taller as the moon rises.
Little Miss Kate, Ward of the State, is written and created by Seth Finkelstein and Teddy Ditter. Produced and engineered by Liam Sr. Featuring the vocal talents of Lizzy Furey, Josh Nasser, Anna Rock, Jake Letezia, and Seth Finkelstein. Don't forget to like us on social media and subscribe via the podcatcher of your choice. Thanks so much for listening.